to discuss the really desperate situation facing so many people. I'm joined by one of Pakistan's most recognisable stars of film and television, Mehwish Hayat, who's volunteered as a PennyAppeal Global Ambassador since 2019 and is now trying to help with the relief effort in Pakistan. Thanks so much for joining us here on the BBC this afternoon. What are you hearing perhaps from friends, from family, from people you know, people in really desperate situations? What are you hearing?
Thank you for having me on the show. Basically, I have been obviously not just hearing it, but seeing it. And as you and the viewers must have seen the devastation being caused by the floods here. 1/3 of the country is underwater. 50 million people are displaced. They have no shelter. 1,500 deaths that we know of because, like your correspondent said, there are areas that there are no bridges, no way to get to the people that are affected because the agencies and help are not being able to get through to them. The situation is really worse because people have no food, no shelter, no livelihood. Their crops are all washed out. The livestock is all gone, and there's little or to nothing left with them. And it's only going to get worse because this is just scratching the surface. So plus the kind of waterborne illnesses that are the risk of them spreading, and also the fact that winter is just around the corner, and in northern areas it really becomes very, very difficult. It's one of the toughest times of the year for people living in these areas. So imagine the kind of problem that exists right now. And I felt that I need to do more than just tweet about this. So I am working with PennyAppeal, and I'm launching this global appeal with them to get help wherever we can, because this is going to take so much longer than we even imagine. The kind of damage that has the number of lives that are, it's insane. The world and help us right now in whichever way they can, because right now the situation is really, really horrific.
Yes, the scale of this is incredibly upsetting, isn't it? We had a slight dropout with your line, but I do want to persist if I can, because you're talking about the help that is needed. But normally we would talk about getting people into shelter, getting them food and medicine. But some of these people can't even be accessed right now. So if people want to help, if people want to donate, how can any offer of help be used? How would any money be used?
That's one of the problems that we're all facing, how to get to the people that are affected, how to get to these places. Everything is just drowned in water. So even the food that is being distributed through helicopters, even that gets destroyed or gets wasted. There needs to be a way to make sure that help gets to the people where they are and where is needed. And that's why the whole world needs to come together, because I think we clearly don't have the resources to handle this kind of destruction that has happened and the damage that has happened. And I think the more aid, the more help we can get, because right now we do have PennyAppeal on the ground helping 13 of 13 most affected areas, giving them drinking water, food, and medical aid, but that's not enough. So much more needs to be done. And honestly, we need to come up with some sort of a plan, a strategy to be able to get to these people who need help, because we have no idea how many people are right now. They need help. They're dying, and the number of deaths, even if it's 1,500 right now, we really don't know. That's the number that we know of. So access needs to be, there needs to be access to these places and these people. We really need a strategy. We really need all the kind of help in order to get these people to have shelter, to have food, drinking water, basic necessities at the moment, because it's been a $10 billion damage already as per what the government is saying. But it is going to take years to get back to normal or get fixed. So at the moment, this is the main priority, and should be the main priority, to get to the people, get to these affected areas that agencies are not being able to, because of the destruction, because of the damage, because of everything being underwater, no bridges to get to them, no roads, or nothing is visible at the moment. So people are reaching out, people are trying to get to these areas, but it's not an easy task, and a lot of help is needed. A lot needs to be done about this, and the whole world needs to rise to the challenge and help in whichever way they can. Because 50 million people, I am speaking on behalf of them, and I am their voice right now because they can't be sitting right here talking to you and letting the world know about the devastation that is being caused. So being a voice of millions of people out there who don't have shelter, who don't have food, who don't have a livelihood at the moment, and they really need help and support. I really hope to be able to, through this global appeal, I really hope to be able to help. And I hope that things get better for these people who are suffering, who are dying, and they're in dire need of help right now.
Thank you very much for your time. All the best to you. Thank you very much. Mehwish Hayat there, star of Pakistani film and television, talking about the urgent need and so many lives lost and so many people in desperate need following the flooding in